I was just thinking about the time when I had a panic attack while doing landscaping. That was a sucky day. So a few years ago, I was doing landscaping, we were doing a house, and we were putting the sprinkler system in. And we had a break in the line, and I believe it was the main line, of course. And so, the main irrigation line, that is, not the whole house line. But I was trying to fix this pipe, and so I patched it together. I did kind of a crappy job, and the water was off, obviously. And then I went to turn the water on to see if it would hold. So I went to go turn it on, ran back, and it broke, and it was just gushing water. So I just thought, well, let's shut it off and try again. So I went to shut it off, and I stuck the sprinkler key into the ground, and I started twisting, and I heard a pop, and suddenly my heart just dropped, and I thought, what in the crap? Please don't be what I thought that was. And so I kept spinning, to see if I could latch back onto the key or the valve, and nothing. There was nothing. So I go back, and it's just gushing out, and I thought, oh crap. So I ran to get my brother, whose job it was, and he was using the skid steer in the backyard or something, and I yelled at him. I explained it to him, and he booked it. He got out, he saw it. So we basically, it was us two and then another guy, so there were three of us there. And so we had to shut down the main to the whole house. All the people were there, and then we basically had to dig, and this is 4 feet underground, so we had to dig down 4 feet underground. And man, we did it so fast, and it sucks because we had just put it all back in, I think, that morning, and so it was a huge disaster. And so it was really bad. And so we did that, and then of course we had to take out the valve, and the problem was we were using crappy Home Depot valves. So don't go there. Go get a good valve. You don't want to break it while it's on, while you have a huge leak in your main line. So that's what happened. That was that day. I think it was a Friday or Saturday, and then the following week, at the beginning, probably Monday, I was fixing a different problem in the line. But this one was just a slow leak, though. Okay, so we patched it all, on that weekend, and then the next week I went, and then there was just kind of a small trickle, and so I did the same thing, and I was very, very careful putting the key into the ground to not do the same thing. But sure enough, the same thing happened, and I thought, and this time I was by myself, and so I didn't have anyone to talk to, anyone to help me. And so obviously my thoughts are just going like, oh my gosh, this is a repeat of the fiasco that happened over the weekend. This is gonna be so bad. And so I went back to look at the line, and like I said, it was just kind of a small trickle, and in fact, it was so small I couldn't quite tell if what I was seeing is what I was seeing or not, if what I thought I was seeing was what I was seeing. And so I just kind of left it. I said, I can't deal with this right now. It wasn't an emergency because it wasn't gushing out like the first time, but I just left and to go do my other jobs or whatever. But as I was gone, I was thinking in my mind the whole time, like, I hope this doesn't leak and go into the foundation and ruin this house. And you know how it is when you have anxiety. I don't have a lot of anxiety, but I definitely got a lot doing landscaping, and some of it still haunts me to this day. For example, I can't put a sprinkler key in the ground without thinking of that, and I haven't had a problem since, but man, it'll screw with you in your head. And so I left it for that day, just kind of thinking. I went back, I think, at the end of the day to see if, just hoping that it would have stopped, and it didn't. And so I just had this dread all day long, just pouring like this huge burden. Like, I don't remember what I did to fix it. I'm sure we did, but I definitely remember the way it made me feel, and it was bad. And my landscaping days were pretty short. It was about 2 years, but there's still a lot of things even to this day that every time my phone rings or I get a text from an unknown person, I think it's someone else saying, hey, what are you doing, you suck, or because I got texts like that when I did landscaping from someone. That's a story for another day. But this is a quick story of my first panic attack, and I haven't had anything serious since, but there's no better way to stress yourself out and to be anxious than to try running a business. And so if you do that, you should have some coping mechanisms or strategies in place so you don't worry yourself to death.